Hello everyone, it's me, Wang54 back in the video, and today is another late night that we're doing a recording of this one, so I figured, yes, we're bringing it back, the SMLR sort of video, and today we're going to tackle FNAF VIP. This is episode 3. So if you haven't checked out the last 2 episodes, I highly recommend you check that out before we get through here. So, last episode, we basically got into the meat of all things. VIP has essentially taken our brother Ike, and we got the bad ending, essentially. So I figured we're going to continue off where we had last time, but I want to know what would happen if we call our mom for help. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to just tap here. You find a phone and call your mother on your cell phone. She is not happy to have her expense spa day interrupted, but she really freaks out when you tell her Ike is missing. I only looked away from him for a second, and when I turned around, he was gone, you say. You know you shouldn't lie, but it's not like Ike is here to rat on you. He's always running off. You'll be happy if you find him and you tell her what really happened. Mom drives right here. When she rushes through the pizzaplex and she gasps at you, looking furious. What is wrong with you? She yells. What? Then you notice standing next to you, clenching the VIP gamepad. Where did you come from? You ask. He looks at your mother. And said, we were just playing hide and seek, Mom, but Grandma never came to get me. Your mother shoots at you with a fury look. You're so grounded. Get in the car, both of you, right now. We are never coming back here again. You climb in the car and notice that Ike still had his game pass. Ike and the gamepad are inseparable for several days. He's constantly whispering to it. Then one night, Ike really does run away. You know he must have gone back to the Mega Pizzaplex, but you can't prove it without going there yourself. And you've been banned for life. Dang. Bruh. So, our brother snitched on us. Well, I mean, technically speaking, I can't really blame him. If we ditched him for nothing, then I guess, yeah. But, so VIP was basically feeding info to this kid, and Ike really does run away in the end. And we can't do nothing because we're banned from ever going there. That sucks. Okay, so after finally figuring out the car, Mom, and to report VIP to the staff, we're just going to continue on. We're just going to have to follow his game, I suppose. Fine, what's your game, VIP, you said? VIP waves his magic wand and terminal dispenses heavy coins in the slot below the screen. You find 5 golden fast coins, each with a classic Freddy Fazbear on the front of the word since 1983. Along the top edge and Freddy Fazbear's Pizza below. You must use these tokens to earn 1,000 points at various games in the Pizzaplex by the end of the day, VIP says. If you succeed, I will release Ike. Doesn't sound too bad. What's the catch? You ask. I know you do not like following rules, but rules make games even more fun, VIP says. You can only play each game once, and you have to ask me for help. VIP's wand sparkle and you hear a familiar cring. You retrieve a new gamepad from the terminal slot. This one in a pink case, cute. Just because I have to ask VIP for help doesn't mean I have to listen, you think. Anything else? You ask. Use the gamepad to keep track of your tokens and points as you play. Remember, if you run out of tokens before you reach 1,000 points, you'll automatically lose and you will become an only child. As VIP explained the rules, they appear on your screen pad. So, we're not going to tap in. I don't think we need to tap on this. I think we know. Well, yeah, we might as well just tap it. Alright, VIP game rules. Remember this page and come back to it whenever you need it. Okay, so we need to use fast tokens to play games in the Pizzaplex. Earn at least 1,000 points by the end of the day to save Ike. You can only play each game once. Ask VIP for help for suggestions while playing the game. If you run out of fast tokens before earning 1,000 points, you lose. Keep go notes on your number of fast tokens you have, the games you played, your score, and any active game condition. Alright. Some late night gaming here. I vastly underestimate that I had to get up. But let me just get myself prepared. Okay. You are in the auditorium, standing by the terminal that is currently running a flashing ad for Monty Gator Golf. VIP waits on your gamepad, ready to offer suggestions. But can you trust him? Maybe your brother wander off on his own, or you can discover where your VIP hid him as you explore. You should keep an eye out. You're facing the play area in the center of the Pizzaplex, which holds slides and kiddie rides and a merry-go-round, where you left Ike. There's a long line of people waiting to use the photo booth. The Fastcade is behind you, and the entrance to the Rockstar Row is on your left. From here, you can see several arcade machines stationed along the circular walkway wrapping around the atrium. You could play some of those in the Win VIP's high score challenges. Go-karts ramble along the track, snaking around, and even over the walkway. Somehow, the rides and games seem less fun when you have to play them to satisfy VIP. Just like reading is less fun when it comes to signing, but time's a wasting, and you have a brother to save before the Pizzaplex closes for tonight. Okay. So, which one we have to do? We got Ike to save, so I think for this episode, we're going to use Fastcade for today. Well, tonight, but you know what I mean, so let's just go this. Inside Fastcade, the flashing lights, jangle music, and beeping game sounds meant to spark joy and excitement, only fill you with a strange depression. You left Ike alone so you can play games with your friends, and now he's gone, and so are your friends. All you have left is VIP and your guilt. Even that Chica candy cane machine near the center of the arcade reminds you of Ike. You consider trying to win him a plush of Mr. Cupcake from the claw machine. It looked like the game also award points. What else could you play to get the most points? You push your way through the kids miling through the arcade and guess around video games cabinets and pinball tables. You can't help but look at your brother in the pressing crowd. Your heart pounds and beats with the music. Your head hurts, and sweat pours down your face. You look like you're having a panic attack, VIP says. Would you like to visit a health station? You want to get out of here. Not just the arcade, but the Pizzaplex. But you can't go home alone. Out of all the video games here, you are the best at Mango's Quest. But there's only seemed to be one cabinet, and it's turned off. We're just going to have to play with the Chica's candy cane, I guess. So we're just going to have to go with Chica's candy cane. Candy crane. As you approach Chica's candy cane, a little girl in pigtails struggles away with it with her head down. She cries as she bites into the chocolate bar. A sticker on the glass of the machine says, "Everyone's a winner. There's only one Mr. Cupcake inside, buried in the center machine of its eyes, an assortment of sweets." This close, you realize it wasn't a plush at all, but a plastic toy with movable parts, like a mini animatronic. You imagine Ike's joy when you had him the toy. He had a Mr. Cupcake plush when he was little, and there are baby pictures of him in a Let's Eat bib with Chica's face. The claw on the crane game is a large yellow metallic hand. You slid a token in the machine and 30-second timer counts down. You grab the joystick and jerkily navigate the claw in position exactly over the toy before your time is up. The claw descends, closely firming around the cupcake's pink icy top. The fingers slip right off. Ring. You smack the glass. Mr. Cupcake's eyes darts towards you and they jump back. A bag of candy drops in the tray below and 100 points flash on the display. Add 100 points to your score. Add candy to my inventory. So we got 100 points plus candy. Remove one fast token from your inventory. So let me just try and do that. Okay, so we have about 100 points, some candy, but 4 tokens. So okay, let's see. I'm actually going to see if we can plug in Mango's quest. You head over to Mango's quest cabinet, hoping you can try and figure out what's wrong with it. Unfortunately, it seems like that your high score will have been wiped on its memory. The screen is dark, but there's no out of order sign like the other broken games in the arcade. You peeked around the back and see that the possible problem is the machine's unplugged. You try to pull the cabinet away from the wall so you can get behind it, but it's too heavy. A couple kids see you strain to move it, but rather than help, they laugh as they pass by. You drop on your hands and knees and reach the loose plug on the floor. Your fingers brush against it, but you can't quite grab it. Whatever. You're about to stand up when you catch a glint of something among the clouds of dust gathered behind the cabinet. You pluck it out and discover it's a coin. But not just any coin, it's a fast token. Talk about buried treasure. You now have an extra chance to win VIP's challenge. Add 1 back. So look at that. We may not have gotten it, but we got a token back, boys and girls. Alright, so we already played with Chica's Candy Crane, so we're not going to do that anymore. So we're going to go to the auditorium this time. The walkway wraps around the entire auditorium as you hurry along it. Taking note of the different attractions, you pay particularly attention to the games that don't have long lines. Since you can't afford to spend your whole day waiting around the chance to play, you look like you're trying to pick a game, VIP chimes in. Would you like me to help you choose? You ignore him. Your best option seems to be Monty's Maze, Freddy's Phaser Blast Challenge, and Roxy's Raceway. You haven't played any of these games before, but you always wanted to try them. You just wish you didn't have to be pressured of needing to win points to save Ike. If you want to see your brother again, you need to accept my help, VIP reminds you. He twirls his wand like a baton, sending glowing question marks flying over the direction. Fine, what should I play, oh wise one? Less sarcasm, please. At this time, I recommend you play Monty's Maze, Phaser Blast, or Roxanne's Raceway. Annoyed by having to ask VIP for the advice you didn't need, you conveniently check in the Chester of arcade games, tucking the cabinet beside glam rock gifts. Let's go with Monty. Even though I don't like Monty, we're just gonna have to do this. We gotta save our boy. We gotta save our brother that we basically abandoned. Because we're just that much of a bad brother. Monty's maze is supposed to be nerve-wracking because the Montgomery Getter animatronic stalks the labyrinth and will carry you out if you run into him. But you also heard that the entrance of the attraction is the scariest thing about it. A giant alligator's mouth. An Asian woman in a red Pizzaplex visor and matching shirt with checker suspenders and black pants stop you from entering. You might want to come back another day. Monty's in a kind of a bad mood. The last kid was just dragged out of the maze, and we're just going to close it until he calms down. You hear banging and shouting from inside. You laugh. They really trying to make it seem fun in there. I'm not afraid, you say, and I'm only here today. I have a special pass. You hand her your VIP card. She scans it and looks surprised. You sure do. Monty's actually waiting for you. The commotion inside stops. You guessed the little pig told him you would be coming. That'll be one token, the Pizzaplex employee says. You hand one over. Remember that I'm here to help. VIP gives a thumbs up. If you get turned around and ask nicely, I can direct you back to the starting point. You walk between sharp white teeth and over the pink, weirdly spongy tongue and into the maze. Alright, so we have to remove that token that we just received. So, okay. I don't think we have a balloon. Wait, did we have a balloon? We're just gonna go with we don't have one. Is that right? Just inside the entrance of the Monty Maze, the first thing you notice is how dark and green it is. Okay, yeah, we're here. And humane, sweet starts pouring down your face, and the air is stale and heavy. Occasionally, you get a whiff of something rotten, like food left out too long. Either the Pizzaplex designers intentionally wanted to make it look like a swamp, or the environmental controls are broken. Fake grass covers the floor, and vines dangle down the rigid high above. The walls of the maze are fenced up made of wooden planks, surrounded by all tall palm trees that darken their feathered leaves overhead. You peek through a knothole. In one of the planks, you see that the walls outside the maze are painted with silhouettes of thin tree trunks and vegetation. There's no music, only the ambient sound of birds and insects, punctuated by occasional low rumble roar. The sound makes the hairs of the back of your neck stand up. You walk along the narrow corridor for a bit, feet crunching softly on the artificial turf. The path turns to the right, then the left, and eventually you reach the intersect. You continue forward, left, right, pretty much. Okay. All right. Monty's Maze, all right? Let's do this, all right? We can do this. We're going to go straight. There's nothing wrong with going straight ahead in terms of maze, ladies and gentlemen. You go straight until you hit the intersect and have to choose whether to go left or right. At this point, there's no way to tell which is the better option, so you turn right. Okay. A short distance later, the path and twist towards turns to right, a dead end. You double back and go straight, past your original path. The path twists and turns, but every choice looks exactly the same. You wish you had some way to mark the walls, but the Pizzaplex probably discouraged guests from that anyway. So you follow your instincts and randomly turn left or right, hoping to get a sense of where you are. Finally, you reach something different. The path turns left, but several planks have been knocked out in the wall, creating a new path to the right. Deep gashes along the sides of the makeshift exit suggest it was done by someone with large claws, a lot of attitude, and very little patience. Crap. So Monty is already out and already causing problems. Do we go left or right? We're just going to go right. You climb through the wall and winces a silver wooden plank sting in your right hand. You pull out a splinter in the red. You hope Monty can't smell blood. Moving on, after several turns, you encounter what would have been a dead end. Only Monty had created another hole to escape. You climb through this one more carefully and find yourself in the intersect, offering paths straight ahead, to your left, or to your right. Before you can decide, you hear a gruff voice. Hey, little guy. Monty emerges from the corridor in front of you. The green and yellow animatronic stumps in front of your direction, arms with both sides and flexing his claws. Fingers. His tail sway from side to side behind you. You can't see his eyes behind his star-shaped glasses, but the snapping jaws and the rows of teeth fills you with dread. Not sure what else you were expecting. The broken walls may as well have signs reading "This way to Monty." Okay. Do we run or do we use candy on my mans? Uh, let's go with running. Pretty sure we're pretty good at running. You spin around and bolt away from Monty. You run so fast that you keep bumping into walls and push yourself off, taking turns at random, simply trying to put distance between you and a roaring animatronic pounding close on your heels. If you can get ahead to him, maybe you can lose him in these labyrinth corridors. Trouble is, Monty moves so faster than you, it seems like he's teleporting. He also knows the maze better than you, so he keeps approaching ahead of you, and you scramble to get away. You get a sense that he's hurting you. Then you know that he is because he blundered into you, but then exactly what he's doing. You hear heavy, angry breathing behind you. Animatronics don't breathe, do they? So he's just making that sound to terrify you. It's working. You turn and Monty stalks towards you. His segmented yellow and green eye whip back and forth and tumbling howling against the walls. He reaches his arms out and scrapes his claws along the wooden claws, leaving down gashes in the plank. "Game over, kid," he says. Monty reaches down and grabs you with a powerful arm and quickly carries you to the exit. At least you made it out of the maze alive. Okay. Alright, so dang. I don't know where it goes from here, to be honest. Okay, so dang. I don't know, man. Oh, jeez, like, whew. Alright, so we basically dealt with Monty, but I'm not really sure if that was a victory or not, so we're going to go back. Okay, so we went forward. So we're going to try left this time. You go left, and the path takes you down a series of turns and long stretches back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You use your sleeve to wipe sweat from your brows and freeze when you hear a gruff, taunting voice from somewhere in the maze. "I know you're here. I will find you." Despite the warm air, the chill runs through you. You pick up your pace through the corridor until you come to the wall. The only way you can go is left or right. The path to your left seems a little more worn than the one to the right, but you also see 4 deep scratches along the one in its walls, like something has clawed at something big, a marker or a warning. Okay, we're gonna try going right. You turn white and walk along for a bit, enjoying the sound of your steps in springy artificial grass. At the end of the corridor, you turn left. Ahead there are a lot of vines hanging in your path. A little fog rolled down the corridor. They've done a pretty good job with the ride, you think. You've never been to a swamp, but you figure it's just like this game. You keep pushing in the vines and keep going, right, turning right, then left, then right again. So the path snakes you back and forth. Every now and again, the horrible alligator bell interrupts the records of tracks of birds and bugs. Is it just you, or is it getting darker? Up ahead, you hear Monty say, "Don't be scared." This is the opposite effect of you. Everything about this screams danger. You're not sure if you should keep on this path, But retracing your steps can take another path, might be a waste of time. We're just going to have to press on, to be honest. You go left, and after a short distance of the path twists to your left. You walked for a long time, and it twists and left again. At the end of the corner, though, it turns left, and then immediately left again. They seem so familiar. You think there will be a right, then a left. And sure enough, at the end of this corridor, you make a right around the wall. This path takes you to a left around another wall. The maze takes you back and forth in a fashion several more times before you reach the intersection. You go left or right, but the L on the wall in front of you tells you that you have probably just wasted your time. You know for sure if you turn right and end the back in the entrance of the maze. Go right and I'm not gonna lie, I think we failed pretty much. We failed on Monty's maze, to be honest. This is gonna be difficult, but this is enjoyable. So they done right know that Monty is just so mean, so like vicious, even when it's basically daytime. So that's interesting. We've been getting a lot of, interesting facts about security breach. Well, the Pizzaplex before Gregory came over here. For one thing, we know from the last episode that I'm bringing up now is that basically the daycare wasn't always a main state here. So that means Sun and Moon weren't always present. They were just included in the extension. So that's interesting. And also, VIP has also been here for like the longest, but considering that people don't like to pay a premium, which, let's be honest, who can blame them? That's a lot of money. So it's interesting to say the least. It's very interesting. Well, I mean, I feel like it's either that I messed up. I mean, either, yeah, I feel like I might have messed up, and maybe it's because of, sleep overtaking my mind. So I feel like this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like the video so I know you guys enjoy. Comment down below if you're enjoying this VIP episodes. Trying to at least, tackle it before we, get to the theorizing of this. We're trying to at least see if we can save Ike, or at the very least, go around and see what we can do. But, that's just me. But hopefully we can find a way to save Ike, because if we not, we're definitely getting the chancla. Or, Ike is going to be meeting the pearly white gates. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.